One love, everybody. It's your brother-in-law, Josiah Young, here to give some quick free legal game of the day. Today, we want to talk about a severability clause in a contract. So what a severability clause in a contract means is that generally, the court or whomever is interpreting a contract is supposed to take the whole contract into consideration, all the individual clauses, right? You might have clause 1, clause 2, clause 3, clause 4, clause 5, all the way down, depending on how sophisticated or complex your contract is, you'll have different clauses, right? Well, severability is one of those kind of usual, what's the word I'm looking for? Not quite boilerplate, but just a miscellaneous term that you would see stuck in a lot of contracts. And it basically says that if any provision of this agreement is found to be unenforceable or can be stricken by a court, then the rest of this contract still exists. So you can strike out, like, let's say, there's 10 clauses, but clause number 9, that's not going to work. And I'll get into the reason why. Then you can strike clause 9, but the rest of the contract still stands. So what if that clause 9 in question says something like, this is a contract for somebody buying and selling a car, but then there's one clause that's in there, like buried in there, clause number 9, and it says, but under all circumstances, you also have to refund all the money back and refund the car back and give up your firstborn child. Okay, maybe you didn't pay enough attention to that. Maybe you didn't read it, but that's probably what's called unconscionable, which means it shocks the conscience, which means that's ridiculous. Why would I give up my first child as part of this weird contract? And I didn't really expect that to be the benefit of the bargain or the deal that we had going on, right? Well, the other side would argue, yeah, but you signed it. So always have an attorney look at what you're signing. Always think twice before you sign something. But at the same time, it is probably unconscionable. And a court could just strike that out and say, clause 9 does not exist in this contract, but clauses 1 through 8 and clause number 10, they're still effective. So you may still have an agreement around that car, that hypothetical we just made up. So in any event, that's a severability clause. It's something good to have in your contracts, unless you don't want it to be in there. And that's always a strategy call that you can discuss with your lawyer. So if you want me and my team to help you out with your contract needs, don't hesitate to reach out. Please don't hesitate to share this video, pass along this knowledge. And one love, my family.